So this is the second one in the series about the power and control wheel and domestic violence. I started with entitlement, which is where all of this starts. If they didn't have a sense that they were entitled to do these things to you, they wouldn't be doing them. They don't do them to their bosses, do they? So the spoke I want to talk about now is economic or financial abuse. This can include preventing a partner from getting or keeping a job, or the converse of forcing them to work even when they don't want to. Taking a partner's money, not allowing a partner access to family income or financial records. So, for instance, if you're keeping a record, but you're keeping it in a document that they don't understand how to operate and you refuse to help them understand, that is a form of financial economic abuse. Giving a partner an allowance, treating your partner like a servant, forcing them to account for every dollar that they spend. If someone has ever sold property that belonged to you or pressured you to sell property that belongs to you without enthusiastic agreement, that is a form of economic abuse. Another form of an economic abuse that a lot of people have experienced, and I personally experienced, is being signed up for credit cards that I did not agree to, and credit accounts that I did not agree to. When I left my ex, I did a credit check and discovered that there were 18 credit accounts in my name, and I had only personally signed up for 3, my 2 student loans and my 1 credit card. But he did get my permission to sign up for a second credit card, but not the other 14. Do you know how terrifying that is? Luckily, many of them had already been closed by the time I found out about them, because he had this habit of opening a credit account while it was at 0%, doing a balance transfer, and then moving it over to another credit account when the 0% ran out. But I'd also like to focus on the fact that many people who are leaving these kinds of relationships will spend a lot of the rest of their life defensive about every little purchase. Why did I choose to get my child vaccinated when it cost $10, when I could have just not vaccinated him? Why did I choose to pick Hellmann's mayo versus the store brand? Well, because the Hellmann's tastes better. But this is actually where it's great to have a good friend to call you out on this stuff so that you can start noticing when you're being defensive. About a year ago, I actually... a friend of mine asked me where I got something for my son, and I was like, but it was $25, but you have to understand. And she was like, it was only $25. Why are you getting defensive about it? It's your money. And the real answer is that I was defensive about it because my ex used to make me account for every little dollar. And then he used to have this little smirk on his face and tell me, well, it's those little $1 purchases that add up. Or I would tell him I used a coupon, and he would be like, well, coupons only work if they're actually helping you save money on things you already buy. Like, that's not a no-brainer.